we are here with the Zerotech hardware. This is a big quad, spinning 18-inch propeller on very powerful 390 kV motors. You have to be very, very careful and pay special attention to the setup of this machine. This machine is fully capable of flying 256 waypoints, full autonomous flight using your Android phones or Android pads or, similarly computer, laptop devices. It has a Wi-Fi data link, so on the ground you will have a Wi-Fi named Zerotech, so you can easily connect using your Android and see various configuration parameters and stuff for your flight controller. You don't have to set anything. Actually, everything is set, but basically I recommend that you run the GCS in order to double check everything working quietly or perfectly, okay? This one has a dual GPS and dual flight controller in there, so it's a redundancy flight control system, and we have an emergency parachute on top as well. All right, so apart from this, it has a built-in FPV system, so you can see the video transmitter and OSD are already built in, and you will have a hanging cable here. This one you can connect your camera, so it will also power your camera. Right now we don't have any camera running, so I'm not gonna run the FPV system. I'm just gonna test fly, hover it around and fly it around and see what is the GPS position, hold mode, and how everything is working. All right, so before you actually do the setup, it's very, very simple. When you take it out of the box, you need to install the right propeller. Each propeller is marked with M1, M2, M3, M4, and all the arms are marked with M1, M1, M2, M3, M4. So you can easily install the propellers without making any mistakes. The arms will fold up, and here is a screw on each arm that you need to put in and make sure you Loctite it, okay, and tighten it right. You don't want your arm to be loose here or this screw come out. Similarly, we have one screw here for the landing gear that you need to tighten. Now, when you want to power it up, it's very, very simple. Make sure you have the GCS installed. Make sure your radio is properly programmed. If you're buying an RTF from us, of course, it will be properly programmed. So turn on the radio. Your RD knob is on the light, on the right, totally max right. You don't want to touch it during flight, because during flight, if you do it, move it to the left and right, your parachute will open, and you don't want to do that. That you have to, pack the parachute again back in. So basically, in the beginning, just keep it totally to the right, maximum right. Okay, remember this thing. Your switch SE is your flight mode switch. You have only two flight modes, that is manual, and all the way up, that the third position is GPS hovering, okay? You also have fail-safe already set up, so if you lose control, your quadcopter will return to home and land. All right, basically this is it for this setup. So what you wanna do before flight, you're gonna turn on the radio. Here you can see the connectors. This one will power the motor, so you have the battery 6S connector built in the frame. Don't touch it now. You just want to power the flight controller, so your motors will not get any power. Hold the parachute and watch the servo move and get its position. Normally it will not come out. Normally, like, the parachute will not open suddenly unless you try to do something. So basically it's just a precaution to hold the parachute. All right, so servo is set. Now you can actually run the GCS. Let me see. Okay. All right, so we have Zerotech WLAN already connected. We are working in the sun shades. So Mariam's hat is doing a good job. We are connected to Zerotech. All right, go to Zero GCS, and once it's running, you want to go to data. So you can see you have 13 satellites, and then you have your sticks. If it's green in the center, you are good to fly. If not, you need to do the stick calibration. But if we have set the machine up for you, so stick calibration is already done. You can see I move my rudder, move my elevator, so the red dot is moving up and down, and I have my aileron and my throttle moving. Okay, all right, now this data is right. Then we can go to parameter, and before takeoff you press on get parameter, and you want to check your aircraft type, it should be quad rotor. If it is a quadcopter, make sure that it is quad rotor, otherwise you will have a crash while trying to take off. You can set various options like voice alert, threshold. You can have your parachute, aircraft type, vertical maximum speed, handling mode, max flying speed, blah blah blah. I mean, there are lots of settings for you to set up. So accordingly, this all seems good for me. So what I will do is I will go on and power the motors now. Okay, now if you see my radio, before takeoff you should do one last test, that is give the CSC command, increase the throttle a little bit, the motors are moving, then move the ailerons, the right motors power up, move the ailerons to the right, left motor power up, move the aileron to elevator to back, front motors power up, and left back motors stop, move the elevator to forward, back motors power, front stop. So this means your directions, channel directions are good. All right, so you're good to fly. Take off. This is manual mode. In this mode, your machine can take serious speed. I will put the baby in GPS position hold mode, so that Mariam can get a good zoom on it. There.
Your head's better.
You can fly it around. If you are not satisfied with the forward speed in GPS position hold mode, you can easily pick up your cell phone and change the speed in parameters. Okay. So basically flying it around is a piece of cake so far. It's doing a great job. We are flying with a 6S 10,000 milliamp. This is manual flight mode. Damn thing sounds like a helicopter because of those big propellers. It's spinning. So basically, on a 6S 10,000 milliamp, if you are going to use only a GoPro on it, you will have a lot of flight time. So if you're basically carrying a Z1400 gimbal under it to fly a GH3 or GH4 camera, it will still give you 15 minutes flight time on 6S 10,000 milliamp. We are flying without a gimbal, without a GoPro, so I'm not sure how much flight time I will get. I'll have to check. Switch SC is your auto return to home. So if you put the switch SC down, the quad will go up 20 meters and then fly back. Actually, you can set this in the parameter how much high it should go, and it will come back and land. Tom is holding the radio. All right, once landed, put the SC up, put it in a manual mode, and put the throttle down. That's it. So you are good to fly again, but your motors are locked. You need to give the CSC command. Okay, I will leave it here, and we will test the flight times on the same battery. For now, I'm flying 5 minutes 19 seconds. So I will test how long I fly on a single 6S 10,000 milliamp. My next testing will be the Eagle Eye from Zerotech. That quad has a professional 3-axis gimbal with the 30x zoom cam. That is a Sony CX270 camcorder that offers 30x optical zoom. I'm gonna be a real pervert with that quadcopter. All right, so very soon coming, how to invade privacy with the quadcopters and how to be responsible pilot and not to invade privacy with the quadcopters or multi-rotors. You have to be very careful with that. So next testing is the Eagle Eye with 30x zoom camera, and it is designed for surveillance only, not for being pervert or invading the privacy. And after that, we have the testing for E1100 Octacopter V2 for Panasonic GH4 cameras, and we will be posting the videos for them soon. Why you are seeing the Zerotech products with me? Because luckily we have got the Zerotech dealership. So if you are interested in Zerotech quadcopters and octacopters for any cameras like camcorders to some Panasonic GH3 or GH4 to Canon 5D to Red Epic cameras, feel free to order Zerotech products from us. Very, very soon I will update the website so you can see all these products on our site. Enjoy.